I don't even know why I'm writing this. Maybe because the worst part isn't what you think it is. It's not the big, ugly crying fits. Those were almost good, you know? Like popping a huge zit. It's the quiet. It's 3 p.m. and the sun is lighting up all the dust floating around my apartment, and I realize I've been sitting on the couch for an hour, maybe more, and I haven't moved. At all. My whole world is just this room, and my body is just this heavy, useless thing I have to drag from the couch to the bathroom and back again. I've been living on black coffee and these gross, stale granola bars I keep finding at the bottom of my bag. The idea of making a real meal feels like putting on a Broadway show. I just don't have the energy. During the day, I have to pretend to be a person. I work at a bookstore, so I have to put on my I'm a quirky but helpful employee face. I smile at people. I recommend books in a voice that sounds like it belongs to someone else. But the whole time there's this buzzing in my head, like a TV on a dead channel. A customer will ask me a simple question, like where the biographies are, and I'll just stare at them for like 5 full seconds. Just blank. Brain not working, until they get this weirded out look on their face and just walk away. Great. The second I'm off the clock, the face just falls off. I get in my car and I just sit in the parking lot for what feels like forever. 20 minutes maybe, just to make sure I'm safe to drive. That's when I cry. Not the loud, snotty kind. Just these hot, silent tears that just leak out of my eyes and down my face while I press my forehead against the steering wheel like some kind of idiot. The nights are a whole different level of hell. My fucking thumb gets a mind of its own. It's not his Instagram, that's too obvious. It's our Spotify playlist. We called it Road Trip Bullshit. It's basically a minute-by-minute history of us. And I would just stare at it. I'd check when he last listened. I'd see he added some new depressing indie song, and I'd lose an entire hour trying to analyze the lyrics like they held the secrets to the universe. Then he'd delete one of our songs. One of the important ones, and it felt like watching him take a sledgehammer to a wall in our house. I was just a ghost haunting my own goddamn mixtape. It was killing me. I was so sure that this was it. This was my life now. Just static and dust and trying to figure out if a new song by The National was about me. It felt permanent, like a wine stain on a white carpet. The thing that broke the spell wasn't some big revelation. It was a YouTube video on how to fix a leaky faucet. I wasn't even watching it. It was 3 a.m, and I just needed to hear a human voice that wasn't the one in my head screaming at me. I was scrolling through the comments, arguing about tools or whatever, and I saw one from this guy. My wife of 10 years just left me and now my sink is broken too. Feels about right. And some random person replied to him, "Hey man, I've been there." Someone sent me this stupidly simple 7-day reset. I thought it was a joke, but I was desperate enough to try it. It didn't fix everything, but it got me off the floor. And he just listed it. Day 1, delete their digital footprint from your life. Day 2, go for a drive with the windows down and music on, no destination. Day 3, clean one surface until it shines. I actually laughed. It was this dry, rusty sound. Yeah, right. Like wiping down my bathroom counter was going to fix the fucking gaping hole in my chest. It was the dumbest, most condescending advice I'd ever seen. But then I saw my reflection in the black laptop screen. This pale, puffy-faced stranger with greasy hair. I was wearing a flannel shirt I'd had on for 3 days straight. The static in my head was so loud. And this little voice in the back of my brain, a really tired voice, just went, "What else are you going to do?" Because my current plan of slowly becoming one with my couch cushions wasn't exactly a success. So fine, whatever. I'll do the stupid list. Day 1, the great deletion. My finger just hovered over our text history. 3 years. 3 whole years of dumb jokes, I love you's grocery lists. Our whole story. It felt like I was standing on the edge of a cliff. My heart was pounding. What if I needed to remember something? What if this was the only proof it ever happened? It took me a full hour to finally do it. I hit delete conversation, and the finality of it made me want to throw up. Then I went to Spotify, deleted the playlist. Poof. Gone. My phone felt so quiet, so empty. The path back to him was just gone. I felt like I was floating in space. But that night, I slept for 7 hours. No dreams, just black, heavy sleep. It was a mercy. Day 2, the drive. I almost didn't do it, but I made myself get in the car. I drove for 10 minutes in total silence, gripping the wheel so hard my knuckles were white. I saw a couple walking their dog, holding hands, and it felt like a punch in the stomach. I almost turned around and went home. But I remembered the list. Music on, windows down. So I put on some loud, angry punk rock from when I was in high school and turned it all the way up. I rolled down all the windows. The cold air rushed in, and it was so loud it finally drowned out the static. I just drove for an hour. Didn't go anywhere. I was just moving. It wasn't happiness, but it was something. Day 3. The mirror. My bathroom mirror was disgusting, covered in toothpaste splatters and God knows what else. It was a pretty accurate picture of my emotional state. I looked at myself, at the dark circles and gross skin, and I just got so angry. I started scrubbing. I sprayed and wiped like a maniac until my arm hurt. And when I was done, I looked up. The mirror was spotless, and I could see my own eyes. They weren't the haunted, vacant eyes from the last month. They were just my eyes. Tired and sad, sure, but they were mine. It was the first time I'd actually looked at myself in weeks. The next few days are kind of a blur. I bought a new pillowcase. I cooked pasta with way too much garlic, and the smell filled the apartment, pushing out the old, sad air. One afternoon, I was in a coffee shop and our song came on. The first few notes hit me like a physical shock and I couldn't breathe. My first instinct was to run, but I didn't. I just closed my eyes, held on to my warm mug, and I sat through the whole thing. It hurt like hell. But then it was over. And I was still there. I survived. That night, my friend Chloe, who had been sending me gentle texts that I'd been ignoring, sent a picture of her cat. Instead of ignoring it, I wrote back, "He's a menace." "I miss you," she replied in like 2 seconds. "You're alive!" Movie night tomorrow. My couch. No excuses. When I went over, she told me some dumb story about her boss, and I made this noise I didn't recognize. It was a laugh. It was rusty and it hurt my stomach, but it was real. Day 7. I wasn't even thinking about the list. I just felt like putting on a dress I'd bought months ago, a bright yellow one I'd been saving for something. I put it on. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't trying to impress anyone. I was just standing in my living room and I saw my reflection in the dark window. I didn't see a new person. I just saw a girl in a yellow dress who looked tired, but she was standing on her own. Her eyes weren't sparkling, but they were clear. And then a thought just sort of drifted into my brain, quiet and normal. I wonder if the bookstore got that new collection of poetry in. It wasn't a sad thought. It wasn't a happy thought. It was just a question about a book, about tomorrow. Look, a stupid 7-day list from a YouTube comment isn't a magic wand. I still have bad days. There are still songs I have to skip immediately. Healing isn't a straight line. But that list, it was like someone turned on one tiny light in a huge dark room. It didn't show me the exit, but it showed me the floor under my feet. So if you're reading this and you're on the floor and the quiet is so loud it's all you can hear, I see you. I'm not going to tell you it gets better, because that feels like a lie when you're in it. But I will tell you to just do one thing. Just do day 1. Just delete the playlist, or the pictures, or the number. It won't fix everything, but it's a start. It's the first quiet word you get to say in a story that is finally just about you.